Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Real Fitness, Be Your Own Boss. So the reason I decided I wanted to create this channel was because a lot of my friends, they'd ask me what I eat, what do I do in the gym. So I really wanted to create some videos so I could show the rest of them what I do. And so today I'm going to make a salmon dish with some sweet potatoes, some broccoli. You know, you can make this for the week. I usually prepare it before I start getting busy, so usually Sunday nights. And this will last me straight up until the weekend. So this is just a very easy, very healthy, nutritious salmon dish. And just remember guys, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a nutritionist. A lot of this stuff that I've learned has been from my mom, who's a personal trainer. She has a degree in science. She also has a college diploma from fitness and lifestyle management. If you want to check out her website, be sure to check the box below, sunwavefitness.com. Otherwise, this is just what I do and what works for me, so I'm hoping you guys can try it as well. So let's get started.
Alright, so here are our ingredients. We have salt, we have pepper, we have cinnamon, we have salmon seasoning with no salt added, we have our salmon cut up into fillets, we have our sweet potatoes, and of course we have our broccoli. I bought the broccoli in the bag, but you can also buy it in the clove. Just takes a little bit more time for prep.
Okay, so guys, the first thing you're going to want to do is start by peeling the sweet potatoes and washing them. So I got my sweet potatoes here. I'm just going to start with these three, pretty good size. So I'm just going to peel them, wash them up, and then I'll start cutting them. Alright, now that you got your sweet potatoes peeled and washed, we're going to start cutting them up and just throwing them in the pot. Again, there's many ways you can prepare sweet potatoes. I just find this is the best way to have it with salmon. So here I'll show you how I cut it up and we'll continue with the dish.
What I like to do when I start cutting a sweet potato is begin by cutting it lengthwise. You want to be very careful when you're handling the knife, since it takes quite a bit of force to get all the way through. Once you get it through, it's pretty easy. Just cut each of the halves evenly so it's cooked well when you start to boil it. I love making sweet potato because it's a great superfood. It stays with you for the rest of the day. And it's definitely one of the best carbohydrates in my opinion. Goes well with most meals, but I particularly like it with my salmon meals.
Alright, good job guys. We finished cutting up the sweet potatoes and we have it here in our pot. Toughest part is over. So now all we got to do is fill up our pot with water and we'll get them boiling on the stove. Okay guys, so next thing you got to do is you got to bring the pot over to the stove, put it on about medium heat. You can sprinkle a little salt. I don't sprinkle any. Then you got to put it on for about 30 to 40 minutes. We'll keep checking on it as we continue the meal. But that's basically it. Next thing we'll do is we'll move on to our salmon. Okay guys, so we got our cookie sheet here with our aluminum foil. What we're going to do is we're going to spray it with some extra virgin olive oil. So just go ahead and spray that. Just a little bit. Then we're going to throw these salmon fillets on the cookie sheet and we'll put some seasoning on. Alright guys, we got our salmon fillets on the cookie sheet. Now we're going to start by seasoning it. So I'm going to put just a pinch of salt on each one. Then we're going to put some pepper, ground pepper. Next we have our salmon seasoning from La Grill. No salt added. We already put some salt on, right? So just sprinkle that on each fillet. Don't have to put too much, depends on how well you want your salmon seasoned. There we go. And I also forgot I had some dill weed, so I'm going to put just a little bit of that on the salmon. I find it goes really nicely. And afterwards we can always sprinkle a little lemon on top. really makes the dish, I find. Perfect. That's it, guys. Next we're going to throw it in the oven for about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and should be about 10 to 15 minutes depending on how moist you want your salmon to be. So guys, I forgot to preheat the oven. We got that going on right now, which is probably a good thing because I still got to do my broccoli. So I'm just going to cut open the bag. I kind of cheated. I bought the broccoli in the florets. Takes another couple minutes if you want to just buy it in a clove and cut it up that way. You also get the stem, which is great, but I usually like the florets better. So we'll cut open the bag, rinse it, throw it in the pot, and we'll get that started as well. Alright, now that we finished rinsing the broccoli, what we're going to do is throw it in the pot, add a little bit of water to it, just so we can steam it on the stove. And so let's get going. Just a little bit of water, that's plenty. Make sure when you're preparing the broccoli you have a pot that's big enough. Luckily I lucked out and poured just the right amount. So we're going to throw this on the stove and hopefully the oven will be finished preheating. Okay, so guys, the oven finished preheating. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the salmon in the oven and then we'll turn on the broccoli. So let's first throw the salmon in the oven. And the sweet potatoes has about another 20 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the lid just on top of that. Turn the oven on, or sorry, the stove on medium heat, and we'll cover the broccoli. And we'll just make sure we set another timer for 10 minutes for the broccoli and the salmon. 10 to 15 minutes I'd say, just give or take. And just make sure to keep checking on it. And that's all we have for the prep. Okay, so guys, just pulled the salmon out of the oven. I just wanted to make sure it was looking pretty good. It's not too pink on the inside, not too hard, so just perfect. I just want to check the sweet potatoes. Make sure they're not too hard, not too soft. They look perfect. And also the broccoli. You also want to make sure the broccoli is on the harder side. You don't want it to be too soft. So that looks great. So what I'm going to do now is just take it over to the sink, drain it, and we'll start putting it in the Tupperware containers. Alright guys, so that's basically it. Just make sure the sweet potatoes and the broccoli cool down a little bit more before you stick it into the fridge. What I usually do is I put them into larger containers and then I portion it out the day before. I just don't have too many smaller ones, so I just do it this way. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon to the sweet potatoes just to give it a bit more flavor. And that's pretty much it. This is one of my favorite salmon recipes. Very simple to make, very nutritious for you, so be sure to check it out. Also subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos. I hope you guys like them. Also comment on my videos. If you think I should do a particular video, be sure to leave me a message. And hopefully I'll cover it in the next few videos. Thanks again for watching.